Welcome back to WYOU News. Tonight it is Harry Potter pandemonium as fans anxiously await the release of the series' final book. Take part in the conversation, of course, by giving us a call or dropping us an email. And joining us in the studio is Elaine Rash, Youth Services Coordinator with the Oosterhout Library. And live from Barnes & Noble in Wilkes-Barre is store manager John Chomp. Thank you both for being here. We really appreciate it tonight.
Thank you, Candace.
Now, this is insane. People get so excited every time a new book comes out, but this one especially because it's the final in the series. What's behind all this hype of Harry Potter?
That's a good question. There's something about Harry and his friends and all their adventures that kids have just really latched onto. And, you know, it's a wonderful thing that they have and that they're so excited about reading. It's just a great thing.
It seems like it's kind of snowballed over the years. Now, John, you're there where all the excitement is. Bookstores across the country are holding huge events. What are you guys doing in Wilkes-Barre for some of the patrons looking to buy the book?
Well, we have all kinds of events going on in our store. We have a lot of games and trivia. We have a sorting hat, which fans of the series are very familiar with. We had a storyteller come in. We have face painting, and right behind me we have Stump the Wizard.
Stump the Wizard, what is that?
It's one of those little games where you hide a bean under 3 cups and he spins it around and you got to pick out where the bean is, and if you get it right, you get a sorcerer's stone.
Oh, it sounds exciting. Something to keep everyone entertained as they await the midnight, or 12:01, I should say, the deadline where they can actually pick up this book. Why do you think people flock out to the middle of the night to bookstores to get this book? Elaine, what do you think?
Everyone just wants to be the first one to get the book, and to be the first one to read it and find out how it all ends and what's going to happen next. And I think there's just something about being first and having it on the day it comes out.
Yeah, and not getting the spoiled reports out before the book is done.
Yes.
John, what are people in the bookstore saying to you about this?
People are very excited. After reading the books for so long and seeing all the movies, they feel very close to Harry and they really want to see how the whole thing ends.
Of course, it is very exciting, and there are a lot of questions. I got to be honest, I haven't read the Harry Potter books, but I do understand the pandemonium, and I got sort of a crash course from one of our directors, Alan. He kind of filled me in on who's who and what's what and how it all came about. And some of the big questions that people will probably have for this last book is, will Hogwarts reopen? Because I think in the last book, the headmaster died, right? Or so we think.
Yeah, that's the question. Did he or didn't he? You never know.
and some of the other little things. I know there's the wizardry and the sorcery, and some of the deeper, darker aspects of the series kind of get involved with this last book too. Do you know anything about any secrets that you can kind of clue us in on?
I wish I could say, but no, I really don't know. No, we have the books at the library. They're waiting to go out for tomorrow morning, but I haven't even looked at them other than seeing the covers, so I know nothing about what's inside or what to expect next.
John, you're at a bookstore. Do you have any insider scoop at all for people who might be interested in what may or may not happen to Harry Potter and his friends?
No, you can't get any scoop from me. We've kept the book under lock and key, and we haven't even opened the boxes.
Is that kind of a rule amongst bookstores and managers that you're not allowed to really break open anything?
It was a very specific rule. They gave us a lot of guidelines as to how we were supposed to treat the boxes, what the media could and could see with the boxes, and when exactly we could open the boxes. And that's pretty much nationwide with any bookstore.
Now, I think in London, have they already started distributing the books? Have you heard anything about what people have been reading so far?
I haven't heard anything, and people here kind of like it that way. Everyone wants to find out on their own, so they don't want to hear any rumors. They want to read it and see what happens for themselves.
That's true. We have a couple of Harry Potter fans here back at the studio, and I was joking around, like, what may or may not, like, what if Harry dies? And they're like, don't say that. We don't know, you know. It's almost like a cult following. But in some ways, it's a very good thing, Elaine, right? Because it's kind of getting kids and a lot of people excited about reading again.
Right. I mean, I've been working in the library for many, many years, and I don't ever remember a single book causing this kind of excitement in children about reading. I mean, we have a lot of children that come in and read all the time, but to just be waiting in line and, anxiously anticipating this one book to come out each time one comes out, and now with it being the last one, it's just, I don't know what's going to happen after it's all over. It's just everyone will have to be finding some new series to latch on to, maybe, and that's what we're going to try to promote too, other series that children might be interested in and want to get involved with, so that while this has sparked their interest, they can keep them reading and learning more.
Absolutely.
So,
Well, we're going to talk a little bit more about how this has sparked more literacy in people and, of course, all the hoopla that goes with Harry Potter. We do need to take a break, though. We'll be right back in just a moment. But first, let's head over to Lori, who has more on a special project that we're working on. Lori?
Hey, thank you.
It's amazing to me that this series has 325 million copies in the last decade has been sold in 65 languages. You know, multi-billion-dollar industry here. I can't remember the last time a book series has sparked so much excitement. John, what is it like at the bookstores? Are people just pumped up? Are they getting into characters? Are they talking about it? Like, are they swapping stories of what they think will happen?
People are swapping stories. There's a ton of people dressed as actual characters. You know, we had a costume party, so a lot of people showed up in character. It's just a sense of excitement that I haven't felt since I started working here.
I can see you kind of got into the excitement as well. I saw some of your staff tonight when we walked out to go for dinner dressed up. We saw in the video, too, that they've got the wizard hats on and all the,
right.
the hoopla that goes along with it, witches' hats.
Everyone here, all of our staff is dressed in some sort of robe or some sort of costume. I've got my Harry Potter robe on, as you can see.
Well, it is very exciting, but you know what? As many people as there are who follow the series and do get excited about it, there are some people who are totally against Harry Potter because they think whether it's a disagreement with their religious beliefs or not. Have you heard any negative things, Elaine, at all, like through the library?
I haven't personally at our library. I really haven't. You know, everything's been positive, but I do know that according to the American Library Association, it is the most banned book of all time. There have been more, you know, negative comments on Harry than any other series, well, the whole series in general. But you know, I just really don't see the harm in it. I mean, you read about wizards and witches, and that I don't think that's going to affect, you know, a child's development in any way. Or
yeah, I mean, it's a book. It's a fictional book.
It's fantasy, right? And it's fun to read, and it's fun to, you know, live in the fantasy world there for a while.
Yeah, escape for a little bit. John, how about you? At the bookstore, have you received any negative comments at all about people who disagree with the Harry Potter series?
Well, we've been promoting the event and the book for some time now, and we pretty much tell every customer that we deal with about the party and the book, and we have had a couple people say that they weren't into it, but nothing really big, you know. They just went on their way.
Yeah, I think more people are excited about the Harry Potter release than not. It's interesting to see, as I was telling you before, I got the crash course. There's so many different little dynamics into this whole series on twists and turns and things that could happen and may not happen, and how the wizards live on with the portraits in the headmaster's office, or the school at least at Hogwarts. Does that excite people? Do they come in and get excited and sparked about?
Well, I don't know if you know, just what the one thing is that just causes all the excitement. I think it's all the fantasy and the fantasy creatures in it, you know, unicorns and things like that too, and the ghosts and the witches. I mean, all of it is just kind of exciting for children, and I don't know if there's one thing you could say, and just a young boy having magical powers, you know, that would be everybody's fantasy to be able to, you know, wave a magic wand and have something exciting happen. So I don't know that I could pin it down to one specific thing, but a
little bit of everything, I suppose.
A little bit of everything, I think, yes.
If you've been following it from the beginning, certainly you have to see how it ends. What are you guys doing at the library to celebrate, I guess?
We're having a Harry Potter party tomorrow, and it's going to run between 2 and 4 o'clock, and children can stop by any time. We're going to have games, we're going to have crafts, we're going to be making magic wands and things like that. We're going to also have some contests, and we'll be giving away one copy of the book for free. We'll have a drawing of all those who attend, and at the end of the day, we'll give away a copy. We'll do some face painting, some lightning bolts on the forehead, and things like that. So
very exciting. Hey, John, how late are you guys staying open tonight for everyone?
Oh, we shut the doors at 1 o'clock, but everyone that's in the store by that point will definitely have an opportunity to buy the book. And it's not all that crowded yet, so if anybody still wants to come out, they should come on down.
Good idea. A lot of people can't wait to see what happens with Harry, Ron, and Hermione as all the adventure continues and wraps up in this last book. Thank you very much for joining us, you guys. We are out of time, though. Before we go, though, let's check in with Lori at the news desk to see what's ahead.